Again, you're listening to Morning Becomes Eclectic, and we've got Faye Webster here live on KCRW. Oh, I don't need that anymore. Thank you. Faye Webster live on KCRW from the Annenberg Performance Studio in front of a live audience. I want to know again, how are you, live audience? Yes, the feeling is exciting here today. There are lots of fans in the building, and rightfully so, Faye. You're incredible. We're so happy you're here.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having us.
One thing I got to give you props for from the very beginning is you're still young. You're 26, but you've been making music and putting in the work for a decade now, since you were 16. Just building your artistry. And I caught a video of you being interviewed when you were working on your first album, Run and Tell, that was released in 2013. And it was just so sweet. And you were really excited and fresh and saying that music was still a hobby for you and you were hoping it would be a music career someday. So I think you've done well for yourself. It's working out.
That's funny, yeah.
Is it, do you ever have an opportunity or desire to reflect back on the journey that you've had so far, or are you still just so much in it? Do you feel, can you see yourself growing as an artist? I mean, we definitely hear it.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I guess I've never really, I don't know. I mean, it's it's been a long time, and it's funny because we'll remember tours from 7 years ago, but I don't remember a tour from last week.
Oh, yeah.
So there's a lot of stuff like that. But yeah, it's been a really beautiful journey. And yeah, along with everybody else that's been with me, it's been really beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah. And now you're on your 5th studio album, Underdressed at the Symphony, which no skips, by the way. It's always a fun thing to say for an album. No skips.
Thank you.
And I love that you just played Thinking About You that we just came out of right now. It's the intro song to the album. And I remember hitting play on it, and it's the longest song. It's 6.5 minutes long. And I was like, oh, yep, Faye loves a vamp. She likes to let the song keep going, right?
I do. I really do.
Yeah. What is it about it that you just want to keep it going?
I don't know. Honestly, that one was an accident. I think we were in the studio and I was trying to make eye contact with Charles, okay, and Faye don't know. Yeah. And it never happened. And we were like, all right. And we just kept it.
So then how do you know when to end it?
When it feels like it.
It feels like it could go on forever, and it doesn't get boring because it's you add a little bit of difference every time you say Thinking About You. It's the same line, but it's it feels different now, and then it feels a little different now. Yeah.
Yeah. It's funny. It's the longest song on the record with the least amount of lyrics.
Yeah.
It's saying nothing.
But still a whole lot of feeling to it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love that too, because I noticed over the last few albums, that's kind of become a signature for you, where you repeat the words, but every time you say it, it feels a little bit different. Is there something that feels good for you about repeating it? Do you have any intentions behind that?
No, I think a lot of stuff with my music is first impressions, I think. And I think if something sounds good to me, I'll just be well, I guess I'll do it again.
Yeah.
It sounded good that one time I did it.
Yeah. Talk about the environment in which you created this new album. I understand it was this really incredible, one of the largest recording studios on the border between Texas and Mexico. And also tell us about your intention with the overall sound you were creating with how you recorded it.
Yeah. It was a new experience for us. We went to Sonic Ranch. We normally record at home.
Mm-hmm.
So
at home being where?
Okay, at home. We normally record in Athens, which is home for some band members, but
yeah,
it's not far from Atlanta. But it feels like a second home. And yeah, we kind of were just together for a week or whatever, and yeah, I think a lot of it happened there, which normally wouldn't be the case. Normally I write a song at home and I'm are y'all free tomorrow? We gotta get this out. And it was the first time we were really together, and there were moments where Pistol says he just was waiting on me to finish stuff. I just took beautiful walks and stuff, and yeah, I think that was new. like a new experience. Yeah.
Yeah, and the environment there is one where it's like conducive to just exploring and then going back into the studio.
We didn't see anybody. Like the drive to the airport, I was like, oh, look at that pedestrian. Like I was like, this is crazy. I haven't seen a person in like 7 days.
What are you like in the studio? I mean, you're obviously very chill as we talk right now, but maybe are you like crazy in the studio? Like it has to be like this, or do you just like let the musicians do their thing? Do you have like a kind of predetermined idea of what you want things to sound like, or?
No, we don't. I don't really, I don't show anybody my songs until we get there because I don't like them like plotting on what to do. But, it's kind of like this. I don't know. Jokes.
Yeah.
It's fun. We're a family, so yeah, very wholesome.
Nice. And on the album, you only have one featured vocalist, right? Lil Yachty, who released one of my favorite albums last year.
Same.
Yeah, same, right? Yeah.
So good.
Very, very good. And if you hear that album, it makes sense. You know, like you can kind of picture him in any context. And but why did you choose to have Yachty as the sole featured vocalist on your album?
I think like his record was also literally like my favorite record that came out that year, and I think that meant a lot to me as well. But yeah, that's just like a very good friend of mine and like a very meaningful friendship to me. So I think it's like very sentimental to have him on the record. And I think it's kind of always been that way. Like Nels Klein has played on it.
Yeah.
And like Wilco did so much for me. So it's just like, yeah, sentimental value for sure.
I love that you say that because it seems like, I mean, obviously it's a great song and he's a contribution in that way, but I also feel like it's an example of how it is meaningful for you to like keep people that are close to you around as you continue to create. Whether it's like your parents helping you out with the release show or your brother taking photos and doing, you know, artwork for your current album and friends. Is that something that like helps, that you feel like is really important to you and helps you as you continue as an artist?
Yeah, for sure. I feel like, yeah, all I want to do is that most of the time.
Yeah.
All of the time.
And it kind of keeps you grounded in a way, would you say? Or
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mentioned your brother, and when you released your song "Feeling Good" today, you said that your brother's mentioned in it, and then you said that it was your favorite song on the album. Is that true?
Yeah. Because my brother's here. It's true.
Oh, where's your brother? Yeah. Oh, nice. Hey, bro. Most people can't see him, but he's here. Trust us.
No, that is, yeah. I just like that song because it was almost like an accident. Like I made it on accident, and I think that's why I like it so much, because I didn't think about it.
Yeah.
And because of my brother. Love you, Jack.
Another song on the album. So a lot of the songs, the lyrics are like pretty straightforward, and I feel like I understand what you're saying. Like, I want to quit all the time, or you know. But then you had one, and it's called eBay Purchase History, and I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna click this and find out what Faye is buying on eBay," and you didn't say. Now I want to know, what are your recent eBay purchase history?
It's probably chaotic.
That's why I want to know.
About a lot of like toys and like collectibles and stuff.
What kind of toys and collectibles?
I just bought this like giant minion that's this big.
Oh, okay.
And it's by my front door.
It just chills at your front door, like greeting people?
I have the entire Monstars collection and the Nerd Look versions of them.
Extended members of the band, basically.
Yeah. I don't know. I spent a lot of time on eBay for sure.
I like, you met, like, obviously, you're a collector of toys. I don't know if you consider them toys. Maybe they're friends.
Toys.
Or, but it's cool in the lyrics to the songs, and I think one of the things that like makes fans really connect with you is your honesty with like what you're into, your like latest obsession, and obviously the honesty of your lyrics. And so along the way, we're like, okay, you know, at one point you had a dream about a baseball player, and we're like, oh, Faye has dreams about baseball players. And then you were like really into blue at one point, which I was like, is she gonna wear blue today? No, Faye's not wearing blue today. She's on to the other thing. And I think what happens too is because it's on record, it's like we find out about it a little bit late. We have to wait for it to be released, the information. So since we're here and there's like a lot of fans in the building, I was wondering if there's like a new obsession that you can give us the inside scoop on that you might write about in the future.
I don't know. I've been playing a lot of tennis,
Oh,
doing some chess.
not pickleball, right?
No, I don't play pickleball,
Yeah.
but I love tennis. I don't know. That's a good question. Those are my two answers, I guess.
Yeah, that'll do. Well, we'll see. We'll just have to wait and see. So Coachella this weekend, it's happening. It's your debut, right?
Yeah.
How you feeling about it?
We feel really great.
Yeah.
We're really excited. We've been really excited. Yeah.
Any previews or anything crazy, or just gonna like let it ride out in the desert?
It's a lot of new stuff. We're doing a lot of new stuff. Like almost everything is gonna be new, it feels like.
Cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. Can't wait to, I'll be out there, so.
Nice.
Next weekend. Can't
Okay,
wait to check
cool.
it out, yeah. Circling back to thinking about you starting out 10 years ago, certainly you've gained a lot of wisdom on the way and reflected on like what keeps you moving forward as an artist and motivated. What would you say is like the most important thing for you that has to exist for you as an artist to keep going?
Yeah, I think maybe like kind of what we talked about earlier, just like surrounding myself with like family and like the band is family. Laura's my best friend, my brother's here. Like just like doing cool stuff with friends. I think that helps a lot, just like keep me sane. I think that matters probably the most to me.
Yeah. And it's exciting too, like as you go along and grow in your journey, your friends do too. And you're like, oh, we're all glowing up together, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, let's make some more music with friends here, right?
Yeah.
Sounds good?
Yeah.
Faye Webster, thank you so much for being
thank
here with
you.
us on Morning Becomes Eclectic. Thank you to the audience for being the best audience in the world. Continue to scream. More music on the way here on KCRW.